cheddar and sour cream potato chips. If you know me, you know that I like to snack on chips quite often. It's my guilty pleasure. I tend to actually break my diet quite often because of it, which is not a good thing, but I enjoy them very, very much. These are the ones I made. As you can tell, they're actually quite similar. The ridges are intact, the color is perfect, and these things taste amazing. But that's enough talking. Let's go ahead and get started. You're gonna start out by getting some potatoes. These are some reset ones, and I actually got the large ones, as you can see here. And we're gonna peel these. You could actually leave the skin on if you want, but I'm not gonna leave the skin on. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a paper towel on the bottom to make it easier to pick up all the mess. Once you're done peeling, go ahead and just pick this up and throw it away. Now that you have them peeled, go ahead and rinse them. That way you get rid of excess dirt. And to cut our potatoes, I'm gonna be using my mandolin. If you don't have a mandolin, you can use a knife. It'll come out the same. And I'm actually going to be using the crinkle knife. That way it gives it its classic potato chip look. And obviously, if you don't have a mandolin, then you won't get those ridges with the knife, but that's totally fine. I'm just using the attachment to give it that classic look. And if you do have a mandolin, your mandolin should have came with a safety attachment, and always use this safety because we don't want to cut our finger. Now get a bowl full of water and place your mandolin right over it. That way when we cut our potato, it goes straight into the water. Now go ahead and start slicing. So once you're done peeling your potatoes, go ahead and rough them up in that water. That way all the starch leaves, and you're gonna keep doing this until the water runs clear. So go ahead and do that. Just look at how perfect those ridges came out. Once your water runs clear, just go ahead and let it sit here. Meanwhile, we start preparing our seasoning. Into a bowl, you're gonna go in there with 2 tablespoons of some cheddar cheese powder, 1 tablespoon garlic powder, 1 tablespoon onion powder, 1 tablespoon of buttermilk powder, and 1 tablespoon of some salt. Now go ahead and mix all of that together. We've just nailed that seasoning. Now go ahead and put that to the side. And now go ahead and rinse the water from your potatoes. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna bring some water to boil. Once your water comes to a boil, go in there with a splash of vinegar and about a tablespoon of salt. Now go ahead and drop your potatoes in there. And now you're gonna boil these for 4 minutes exact. Once they're done boiling, go ahead and take them out. Now go ahead and put those on the towel so you can dry them up. Now go ahead and pat those dry and make sure they're dry thoroughly, because once we put this in the oil, we don't want any water in them. Grab a paper towel if you need to as well. Once you're done drying your potatoes, you're gonna go ahead and heat up your oil to 350 degrees and slowly drop in the potatoes. You don't want to overcrowd your pot because the oil will overflow. Now once your potatoes get a nice crisp on them, you could put these darker, but they're done at this point. You're gonna go ahead and take them out. Now hit them generously with that seasoning we made. When I mean generous, I mean generous. Go in there with a good amount. Now toss that up. Just look at that. We have nailed that potato chip. And now let's go ahead and go in there for the comparison. As you can tell, we nailed that color down. This is the one we made, and this is the store-bought one, right? Let's go ahead and try the one I made. Let's listen to that crunch because I perfected it. Listen to that. Let's go in there for another one. Listen to that. And now let's go in there with one of the store-bought ones. Oh yeah. The taste is literally similar. Obviously this carries preservatives, so it has a different flavor. But hands down, I think we did a perfect job at nailing the cheddar and sour cream ruffle. Let's go in there for another one just to make sure. So this is the one from the store. And this is the one I made. Oh yeah. And there you have it, you guys. You have now made cheddar and sour cream ruffles at home. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.